You enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Toyota's National Sales Event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Toyota, let's go places.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
And welcome back. Yeah, 6 long weeks, and I've been out, but last time we were in action, we saw Coeur d'Alene defeat Sandpoint up in Sandpoint, but tonight we've got a great ball game. The Coeur d'Alene Vikings taking on Post Falls, the Trojans. Coming into this game, playoff hope still alive, but clinging to it by a thread as they've got a tough ball game ahead of them tonight with the Coeur d'Alene Vikings ranked number 5 in the state of Idaho right now. And should be a decent ball game. We've seen Coeur d'Alene really turn the offensive fireworks on the last few weeks, winning last week 38-0 over Lake City, and Post Falls losing a heartbreaker down in Lewiston in the LC Valley last week with a touchdown with a minute left for Lewis and Cruz. Hepburn put that in, and then the missed field goal as time expired, resulting in the loss for the Trojans. But we got a good ball game in front of us tonight. We've got a good crowd homecoming here at Coeur d'Alene High School. And a beautiful night for football here in North Idaho as we're about ready to get things underway with the national anthem and starting lineups. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back here live on IdahoSports.com.
We're surrounded by viruses. If you're young and healthy, most don't pose a threat. But if you vape, you could be breaking down your body's ability to defend itself. The chemicals in vapor like propylene glycol, glycerol, and metal particles damage your lungs on a cellular level. And that damage in here leaves you at risk to the viruses out there. Get the sick truth about vaping at BehindTheHaze.com.
And I guess they're going to bump the national anthem here for a couple minutes. So we're still waiting Post Falls to hit the field. Ryan Skaggsith here tonight here on this IdahoSports.com game stream production of North Idaho Game Night, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer and Project Filter and Valleywide Cooperative. If you want to quit smoking, chewing, vaping, it's tough, but so are you. If you're ready to quit, there's help for you. Go to visit projectfilter.org or give them a call at 800-QUIT-NOW today. And what could be a good ball game tonight. The Post Falls has been able to work the kinks out that we've seen since the beginning of the year on offense and been able to score some points. The defense has done a pretty decent job. Obviously, Lewis and Cruz Hepburn took advantage of the running game last week to get that victory down in Lewiston for the Bengals, which will actually be in action next week here in Coeur d'Alene, which looks like it could be setting up for the IEL 5A title. So Post Falls has hit the field. We're going to have the national anthem. We'll take a quick break for about a minute 30, and then we'll be back here live on IdahoSports.com.
At Toyota's National Sales Event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your Your journey starts at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Toyota, let's go places.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
At Toyota's National Sales Event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Toyota, let's go places.
The injuries look like those seen in people exposed to poisons like mustard gas. That's how doctors are describing what they see in the lungs of vapors. The chemicals can essentially burn your lungs. Find the truth at BehindTheHaze.com.
And we are back here at Coeur d'Alene High School, Viking Stadium, for tonight's ball game between the Post Falls Trojans and the Coeur d'Alene Vikings. Coeur d'Alene going into this game ranked number 5 in the state of Idaho in the latest rankings, and deservedly so. I mean, I talked about on the prep cast with Brandon Bainey this week that, North Idaho feels a little bit right now like we're Rodney Dangerfield and can't get any respect around here. But going into this game, Coeur d'Alene's finally starting to make some noise. They're on a tear since losing their opener. They've been, taking care of business in straight ball games and beating some decent teams on the way here. So, the meat of the schedule now, we're in league play, and they're 1-0 in conference right now as they defeated Lake City last week, and now they're going to go into this ball game taking on Post Falls, who's hoping to play spoiler here tonight on homecoming, which could be a good ball game. And the Trojans, they dropped their league opener, obviously, to Lewiston last week. We talked about it a little bit, but coming into this game, Spirit, they got to feel pretty good about themselves. They beat some good teams along the way after a couple speed bumps at the beginning of the year to Sandpoint and Rigby. But they've been able to pull things together and put together a nice stretch of ball games, finding their way here and looking at the playoffs. I mean, that's something that they really may not have expected after week 2, and yet they're still in the picture. Hopes are still alive for an at-large bid that could happen if they win out and obviously take care of business on their end. But Coeur d'Alene Vikings looking to make some noise, and they can improve their rankings in the state. If they can win this week and next, they could be looking at a couple top 3 seed in the state tournament going in and host some ball games, especially maybe host a semifinal game here in North Idaho if they can take care of business in the playoffs. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed, but we're going into the witching hour of the season, and we got some great ball games on tap tonight. Sandpoint taking on Moscow. That one's down there in Moscow. Got some other ball games around the area as well. Lake City, I believe, is taking on Lewiston tonight, and then you've got some good ball games out there. Timberlake is taking on Bonners Ferry. There's some other good games of note around the area. So keep an eye on the playoff picture. 4A obviously isn't much clearer than 5A if you want to talk about things a little bit more. Next week, what looks like it could be the IEL title game, Sandpoint taking on Lakeland. That's at Sandpoint, which could be a whale of a ball game. The way Lakeland's been playing late, they haven't given up a single point in 2 straight weeks, so they're looking 8 quarters straight of undefeated and unscored upon football. So the Hawks have been doing a great job there in the 4A ranks. Sandpoint obviously took care of business last action they had. They took on Lake City and beat them by a couple scores. So could be a good ball game next week on the shores of Lake Pend Oreille for the 4A race. Next week, you're looking at Lewiston and Coeur d'Alene in action right here in Coeur d'Alene. Could be a big ball game as well, looking at possibly the 5A title for the IEL as well for that one. And some playoff implications abound in that ball game as the Bengals coming in with only 1 loss on the season. And they actually lost to Sandpoint, who has a really good max preps rating, let's just be honest. And I think they're getting slighted a little bit. Probably one of the top 2 or 3 teams in 4A in the state, even though the record, they've got a couple losses, one of them of which to this Coeur d'Alene Viking team. Coeur d'Alene rolling in, they've taken care of business against the Idaho teams and Washington teams for that matter, as they went undefeated against the Washington schools and defeated some good teams along the way. So we're about ready to get things kicked off as Coeur d'Alene is going to be kicking from left to right on your screen. They're in their home blue with silver pants and blue trim, white numerals. Post Falls on the road, whites, orange numbers, black helmets, looking sharp out there as we approach Halloween. I always like to see them playing. The closer you get to Halloween, kind of gets you in the spirit a little bit. As we got things teed up and about ready to kick it off. Kicking off for the Vikings is number 56, Ethan Johnson. And back deep to return for the Trojans is a couple dangerous guys in Clark, and I believe that was, I didn't see a number on that one. They actually switched that up. So might have been Dalton Wild back there as well who received. And actually that was Tanner Sessions that took the reception, brought it back to the 20-yard line, which is where Post Falls is going to set up on offense and get things started for us this evening. As I seem to have misplaced my pen. So, great to be back with you. Like I said, I was gone for a few weeks, and even announcers can hit the COVID IR as we're back in action again this week, and glad to be with you. So Post Falls on offense, handoff to the up back. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1. And I think that was number 46 on the carry. And that was Jake Bustamante, the running back in the backfield for the Trojans. Sessions in motion, handoff to Bustamante again. Hits the line, met by a host of Vikings, gets back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9 for the Trojans. Jackson Anderson in a quarterback, the senior signal caller for the Trojans. He's got Sessions and Clark out there, as well as, Carson Tucker out there, as well as Dalton Wild, who's wide to the right. So Anderson waiting the snap. Sessions in motion. He's going to drop back to pass. He's got a receiver wide open, beats his defender. Nice catch and dropped it just at the last minute. He hit the ground, but he had his defender beat by a couple yards, and the defender caught up and was able to knock that free as they went to the ground. Pass was intended for number 18, Carson Tucker, who has become a deep threat for the Post Falls Trojans. So Post Falls going to punt it away here. Fourth down and 9, so back deep to receive is number 23, Gunnar Julio. Snap back kick, kind of a low roller. It's going to hit at the 38 and die. And it'll be down there by Sessions, and that's where Coeur d'Alene's going to take over on offense. So Braden Bankston's going to come out, the signal caller, the quarterback for the Vikings. He's got Julio in the backfield with him. In the shotgun ball at the 37-yard line of the Vikings. Awaiting the snap. Receiver in motion to the right. Going to take it. They're going to run to the right. Hand off Julio. Big hole to the right side. Dodges one tackle. and brought down at the 41, maybe the 42-yard line. So nice gain there on first down, a pickup of about 4.5, 5 yards. So bring up second down and 5 for the Vikings. Cope, the tight end, tight slot to the right. 3 receivers to the right, kind of a bunch formation. Brings a receiver in motion across the formation to the left. Handoff, fakes it, gets the screen out to the right side. And stiff arms the defender, goes out of bounds. That's going to be good for 6 yards in the first down. Completion to Isaiah Griffin. Bankston this year has been the king of consistency, let's call it that, as he's been very, very efficient on offense and doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Bankston's in the shotgun. He's going to drop back. Has a slot receiver to the right or left side. Brought down, nice gain there. And they actually marked Griffin just shy of the first down. But that's going to pick up the first there. As the catch and reception, that was to number 6, Evan Mallory. Nice gain there on third down and short. It's going to be good for a first down. Ball spot at the 38-yard line. So quick slant, good for about 13. And the first. Bankston's going to roll out to the right, lefty. He's going to find a receiver over on the right side. That's Mallory again. He's going to dodge a tackle. He's inside the 20, fighting for extra yards and dropped at the, we'll call it the 16-yard line. Good for a first down. Big pickup there on first down for the Vikings. It's a gain of 21. So Bankston back up to the line of scrimmage. Julio set behind him on the left side, going to hand off inside. He's going to hit the hole and pick up 1, maybe 2. Bring up second down for the Vikings as they're already back and set. Ball just across the 15 on the 14-yard line. Second down and 8. Snap back to Banks, a handoff. Julio runs over defender, runs over another one. And finally brought down, gain of 1. Hardest 1-yard gain you'll see. So it'll bring up third down and 7 in the red zone as the Vikings. 7:44 left here in the first quarter of play. In the shotgun, Bankston waiting the snap. 2 receivers to each side. Fakes the handoff, drops back, swing route over the left side. Wide open Mallory. He's got a block on the edge, and he's going to run into the end zone for the touchdown for the Vikings. 14 yards. I'm sorry, that was Jake Woolley. They got the touchdown there. Number 8. So Bankston goes 4 for 4 on that drive with a touchdown. Not a ton of effort. Now he's waiting for the extra point to hopefully give the Vikings a 7-0 lead. The kick is up, and it is good. And it's 7-0 Vikings, just like that. Opening drive for them. They hit pay dirt. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back here from Coeur d'Alene High School on IdahoSports.com.
At Toyota's National Sales Event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Toyota, let's go places.
And we are back at Coeur d'Alene High School. 7-0, the lead for the Vikings. They hit pay dirt early on. Nice little drive put together by the Vikings, and Bankston goes 4 for 4 for a touchdown. Hitting Jake Woles. He ran into the end zone over the left side. Excellent block on the left side by Evan Mallory, sealing off that corner and leaving a wide open lane to the end zone. So back to receive for the Trojans is Sessions and Dylan Wolf. As the kickoff from the Vikings, it's going to be received about the 4, picked up, and that's where Sessions gets it. He's across the 20, 25, and he's going to be swarmed under about the 26-yard line is where Post Falls is going to start. So Jackson Anderson and company coming back out on the field. And Bustamante, I think, is going to be at running back again. Three receivers to the left, handoff to Bustamante inside. Nice cut. He's going to be across the 30-yard line, brought down at about the 31, gain of 6 on first down. Nice play there for the Trojans to get things moving in the positive direction. This quick snap, handoff again to Bustamante. He's going to be brought down to the backfield, maybe just at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Brings up third down. One thing about Post Falls, they go quick on offense. They do not slow down and go methodical. It's just gas pedal to the floor. All gas, no brakes for the Trojans. Bunch set for the Trojans. Anderson in the shotgun, Bustamante the running back. Set to the right side. Motion across the formation, drop back to pass. Anderson, he's going to throw, and throws into a crowd and picked off. Interception number 21, Tanner Langley, continuing the tear he's been on this year. He's on the list for leading interceptions in the state of Idaho right now. He's in the top 5, and another one for him. So unfortunate. Ferris, he had a receiver deep and went for the out route at about the 38-yard line is where it was intercepted. So Coeur d'Alene with excellent field position here on offense. Deep in Post Falls territory. So we got Rob Collier in the backfield. Him and Julio have been splitting time at running back as Julio's going to be in the slot to the left. And we got a flag on the play. I think we got to delay a game possibly. I don't know. That is the call. Delay game on the Vikings, so bring up first down and 15. So a loss on the play. Snap back to Banks and handoff. He's going to fake it. He's going to roll out to the right side. He's looking for help, trying to find anybody. He's going to tuck, running for his life towards the sideline. He's going to get knocked out of bounds. A gain of 2 on the play. So good defense and good coverage there by Post Falls. Especially on the back end. Their safeties were all over. They tried to hit the deep ball, looking for the deep post, and they sniffed it out pretty quick. So quick 2-yard gain for Bankston on the scramble. Brings up second down and 13 yards to go after the penalty on first down. He's going to hand off, actually, quick slant inside again. That's the second time they've ran that play, and they hit it for 14 yards in the first down. And that was Mr. Evan Mallory again. So 5 for 5 is Bankston so far in this ball game. It's going to bring up first down at 10, ball spot at the 28-yard line. Snap, roll to the left is Bankston, left-handed quarterback. He's looking for help. He's going to stop. He's going to get sacked and dropped. That was big, number 99, Nick Broadwater, on the sack. For Post Falls, so that's going to bring up second down and long. Loss of 4. So Coeur d'Alene with the ball, 4 minutes, 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. They got the 7-0 lead. Mallory in motion. Handoff, Collier inside, dances in the hole. He's going to be brought down, gain of 2, maybe 1. I think they're going to get him 1 yard on the gain. So 3rd down and long. Sam Ency in at receiver, wide to the left. Cope wide to the right. Bankston's going to wait for the snap. He's going to get it. He drops back. He's rolling, looking for help again. Dodges one defender and throws it at the feet of Rob Collier, incomplete. Just looking for anything. Excellent coverage by the Trojans there on the back end. And that's going to bring up 4th down, 12 yards, 13 yards to go from the 31-yard line. So they're going to go for it. A little outside of Banks' range for field goal and too short to punt. So we'll see what the Vikings do here. Great defensive stand by the Trojans so far. Bankson gets a snap. He's going to drop defender in his face, avoids a tackle, finally gets off to Collier. He gets the reception, and he's going to be brought down just past the original line of scrimmage, and a turnover on downs. So that's going to go back over to the Trojans as they stop the Coeur d'Alene offense there. So only a 5-yard gain. Not enough for the first, and so Post Falls is going to set up shop. I want to thank one of our sponsors, Knutson Chevrolet. If you're marketing for a new or pre-owned Chevrolet, you're going to find it at Knutson Chevrolet in Post Falls. Browse their selection online at Knutson.com or visit their showroom at 1900 East Polston Avenue in Post Falls. As we wait the snap, Anderson's going to run it up in the hole. Keeper, great run, dodges a couple defenders. Huge gain on 1st down. He's going to pick up a gain of about 17 yards on 1st down. So great run by Jackson Anderson. As we wait the snap, Post Falls has the ball. Handoff inside to Bustamante. He's going to be brought down to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Bring up 2nd down. Ball spotted at the 46. Anderson waiting for the play call. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Kind of a tight slot on the right side. Bustamante lined up to the left. In the shotgun, and receiver to the motion to the right. Coeur d'Alene showing blitz, and they back out. Change the play at the line of scrimmage, I believe. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the quarter. Snap goes back to Anderson. He's dropped back. He's got a receiver deep. He's looking again, and just over the arms, looking for his receiver, Carson Tucker, again over on the right side, and overshoots him. So 3rd down and long. So 3rd and 10 for Post Falls. On their 3rd possession of the game. They punted on the first one and got an interception on the second. See if they can get something moving here and get the ball across midfield. Waiting the snap. Anderson back to pass. He looks inside. Has a receiver. Good for about 13 yards on the 1st down. Completion to Devin Myers. So 13 yards on the gain. 1st down, and Post Falls cross midfield. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line. So that's a gain of 14. Anderson back in the gun. He's going to pass again over the right side. Looking for Myers again, has him. And he's going to pick up 6 on the reception. Quick little out route there. Finding some rhythm are the Trojans, and that offense is starting to click now. So Anderson waiting for the call from Coach Bennett on the sideline. Receiver motion, Sessions to the left side on the bubble screen. They look at him, and he's going to throw it across. As a receiver, ducks the tackler. He's going to be inside the 10, brought down to the 9-yard line. Big gain from Mike Petrie. And a huge gain for the Trojans there on second down. So a 31-yard gain for Petrie brings up first down and 10 and first down and goal from the 9-yard line. Anderson waiting the play. They're trying to burn a little clock here as we got 1:25 left here in the first quarter. Finally in motion is Tucker to the left side. Play call comes in. They're in a hurry now to get the play off. Snap goes back. Left side, Tucker has a reception. He's going to get 2 and get knocked out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So maybe a gain of 1. So second down and goal, 8-yard line. Yeah, it's just between the 7 and 8-yard line, so they gave him 2. Bustamante in the backfield with Anderson, the quarterback, waiting the snap. Sessions in motion to the right. He's going to drop back. Has a receiver in the corner of the end zone. Perfect ball, touchdown. Trojans, I believe that is number 18. Is that Chamus? Sorry, Coeur d'Alene's roster. That was Carson Tucker in the corner of the end zone. Nice little deep out route. Found him in the corner. Can't do much better than that, as that was a nice, efficient drive for the Trojans as they find the end zone again, or find the end zone finally in this ball game. And we're waiting the point after. We got a penalty on the play. Flags are out. So they're going to go for 2 after the penalty, offsides on the defense. So they're lined up actually swinging gate right now, are the Trojans. See if they run it. They can always shift. Snap goes over to the wing on the left side. It's going to be a muff snap and roll out of bounds and no good. Good idea, but just couldn't get it to convert. So Coeur d'Alene stands with the 1-point lead, 7-6 here at Viking Stadium at Coeur d'Alene High School on homecoming for the Vikings. So Post Falls goes down the field, scores a touchdown, and we're going to take a quick 15-second break. We'll be right back here on IdahoSports.com.
The injuries look like those seen in people exposed to poisons like mustard gas. That's how doctors are describing what they see in the lungs of vapors. The chemicals can essentially burn your lungs. Find the truth at BehindTheHaze.com.
And we are back with 1:04 left here in the first quarter of play. Vikings up 7-6 over the Trojans here at Coeur d'Alene High School. And it's Jackson Anderson connected to Carson Tucker on the 8-yard touchdown reception. Notch things a little bit closer. The 2-point conversion was no good for the Trojans. And here we stand as we want to thank another one of our great sponsors here. Sargent's Restaurant, located in Hayden, Idaho, is a proud sponsor of Coeur d'Alene football. Sargent's has been a North Idaho institution for 75 years, featuring the best prime rib, hand-cut steaks, and seafood. Open Monday through Saturday for lunch from 11 to 2 and dinner from 5 till close. Visit Sargent's for lunch and dinner at 9021 North Government Way in Hayden. As Post Falls is going to be kicking this one off for the Vikings. Back deep to receive is Julio. And I believe that is Wyatt Potter back there with him. As this is going to go to Potter. He's going to bring it up the right side. Dodges one tackler. Finds a hole. He's down the right side. Across the 50, down to the 40. Dodges one more. 40, and down to the 35. 30-yard, like, huge return. Sorry, that was Isaiah Griffin who caught that at the 5 and took that all the way down to the opposite 30. Huge return. Coeur d'Alene set up on offense with a short field deep in Post Falls territory. Huge return. Isaiah Griffin on that one. As Bankston and offense going to be set up at the 30 in the shotgun. Julio back in at running back on this series. He's going to drop back to pass. He's looking for a receiver. Finally wings it over the right side. Cameron Cope's got the reception at the 21. He's going to get clocked and knocked out of bounds at the 21. That's where he caught it. Gain of 4. Bankston's still perfect in this game passing. Sorry, that was a 9-yard gain. I apologize. I was looking across the wrong sticks. So 9-yard reception. Two running backs in the backfield. Haven't seen this formation from the Vikings yet. Split backs to each side of Bankston. He's going to fake and pass over the left side. Collier has it over in the wing on the left. He's across the 15 down to about the 10, met by a host of Trojans. So a gain of 11 yards on second down, and that's good enough for a first down. So 8 for 8 is Bankston so far in this game. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter of play. Coeur d'Alene ahead, 7-6, a one-point ball game. Got a great one here at Viking Stadium. We'll be back here in 1 minute on IdahoSports.com.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
And we're back here at North Idaho Game Night, IdahoSports.com, as we're about ready to get things started in the second quarter of play. And what has been an entertaining ball game so far in this one, as we're looking at a one-point game. Coeur d'Alene up on the Post Falls Trojans, and just that botched two-point conversion from the Trojans. That's the equalizer in this one. That's the difference in this ball game so far. It's been a great one early on, and I want to thank another one of our sponsors, Northland Strength. We'll finish that ad because Coeur d'Alene's already ready to set up. So the snap for Bankston waiting. Two running backs in the backfield, two receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Handoff goes to Collier, the fullback. Untouched into the end zone. Touchdown. 10-yard gain and a touchdown for Rod Collier. Made that one look easy. So Coeur d'Alene up 13-6 already, waiting the point after attempt from the quarterback. Man, they thought Julio was getting it on the pitch, and it was an inside handoff, and nobody touched him. Collier goes in, untouched, 10 yards. Kick is up and good from Bankston, and just like that, Coeur d'Alene scores. The huge kickoff return from Isaiah Griffin. And then two big plays from Collier. Finds the end zone. And just like that, the Vikings back, extending their lead a little bit, 14-6 over the Trojans. I want to thank our sponsor, Northland Strength. Northland Strength has options for every athlete, no matter if they're new to sports, if they're preparing to play in college. Training is often viewed as lifting weights. This simply isn't true, and there's a lot more to a great training program. Northland Strength defines training as preparing mentally and physically for a goal. In the programs, everything is tailored to the athlete and their goals. You can find them at www.northlandstrength.com, on Instagram and Facebook at Northland Strength, or at 7680 North Government Way, Suite 2 in Dalton Gardens. Northland Strength, strong, confident, and capable, serving athletes in North Idaho. Jared does an awesome job over there, so I do highly recommend if you want to check out what he does. A very unique program over there at Northland Strength. A great guy, too. And his wife does a great job. They got actually started a school, which is pretty awesome. So check them out on Facebook and Instagram at Northland Strength. Waiting the kickoff here from the Vikings. The Trojans back to receive Tanner Sessions. And I think they mixed them up a little bit. So we got Sessions and Dalton Wild back there. Wild's going to pull it down. Or sorry, that's Sessions with the ball. He's going to get back to the 25-yard line, and that's where Post Falls is going to start on offense. So last drive, very efficient. Jackson Anderson led the team down the field, hit the touchdown to Carson Tucker in the corner. And see if they can get something moving on offense here again. Doing something that people really haven't seen since Coeur d'Alene played Sandpoint. And that's put together a long drive on the Vikings and score a touchdown. Not many of those have happened this year in their ball games. As Anderson waits a snap, high snap. He's going to get it down to his running back, Bustamante. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe just across for a short gain. So they gave him a gain of 1 officially. 2nd down and 9. Anderson waiting the snap. Wild in motion across the formation to the left. He's going to drop back to pass. Spins out of one defender's grasp. He's going to put his hand down, looking for anything he can get, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage and is brought down for no gain. So 3rd down and 9. That could have been bad. He almost was sacked about 10 yards back in the backfield. Post Falls waiting the play call. Third down and 9 yards to go, maybe a long 8. Carson Tucker in motion, and they're going to get Post Falls, I think, for a delay of game. And that is the call. For a team that runs at a breakneck pace on offense, that's kind of a rare occurrence. So the delay of game is going to knock him back 5. Means the ball be at the 22-yard line of the Trojans. And they had a call on Sam Ency, the left corner. They said that his knee pads weren't legal, so they told him to go fix that. I don't know, with kids these days, you kind of see those high knee pads going almost to the thighs now. As Anderson gets the snap, he's going to drop back. He looks deep for Wild. Has a man had a step in, just overthrew and out of his grasp, right off his right hand. That would have been a huge catch, but it's going to fall incomplete. So 4th down now. Punting unit is coming out on the field for the Trojans. Back deep is going to be Gunnar Julio. I think that's Jack Sortino who's going to punt it away for the Post Falls Trojans. It's going to hit at the 40, keep rolling, takes a Post Falls bounce all the way down to the 33-yard line and be downed by Sessions. And so that's where Coeur d'Alene and Tanner Banks and company will take over on downs after the punt. So I want to thank another one of our sponsors, Inside Advisors Insurance Services, located in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Is a locally owned independent insurance broker specializing in all forms of insurance from home, auto, commercial, and everything in between. Offering over 40 carriers to meet your personal and business needs. Licensed in Washington, Idaho, Montana, and Oregon. Give them a call, 208-660-2019, or visit their website, insideadvisors.net, for more information. So Bankston back in the shotgun. 3 receivers bunched to the right side. Bunch trips that handoff to Collier. Dodges 1 defender, but he's not going to get anything to do for him, and going to be brought down the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. So 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. Cameron Cope wide to the right. Bunch trips to the left side. Collier, the single back in the backfield. Snap goes back. Rollout. Bootleg look. Wide to the right side to Cope, and he drops it. That was just right in and out of the hands of Cameron Cope. It hits the turf, and man, that would have been a 17-yard gain on a first down, but incomplete. So now 3rd down and 10, the first incompletion of the night with 8:47 left here in the second quarter for Bankston. Comes up a little bit lame after that play too. Hobbling a little bit. So we had a penalty on the play as well. So 2nd down and 15 yards. I didn't see what the penalty was. The illegal formation. So Bankston in the gun. Gets the snap. He's going to drop back. Spins out of 1 defender. He's scrambling, looking for his life, and just gets absolutely slammed to the ground. No gain on the play. Bankston's usually a little bit more mobile than that. He's limping around back there right now. Actually, they're going to get a loss of 1 on the play, so I believe that would be a sack. That would be. Snap goes back to Bankston, throws it, tipped up in the air and intercepted by Post Falls. And that is number 3, Chase Berg, on the interception. Post Falls is going to have good field position here. The ball going to be at about the 38-yard line of Coeur d'Alene. Bankston's shaken up. He didn't really have much on that throw. He was looking for Cameron Cope and underthrew it. Ball was tipped up and picked off. Pressure got to him a little bit too, right up the middle. Pressure by Nick Broadwater coming right up the center. So Anderson in the shotgun, handoff, Bustamante, big hole to the left side. Nice run there on 1st down, gain of about 6. So he's brought down finally. So 2nd down and a long 4. Is Anderson in the gun. Motion, handoff again. Bustamante left side again. Gains a couple. He's going to be just shy of the 1st down, about a yard short. Gain of 3 on the play. So 3rd down and 1. Post Falls needs to take advantage of this one as best field position they've started with tonight on the interception by Berg. Direct snap, nice run right up the middle. Jackson Anderson down to the 10, to the 5. He's going to take it into the end zone himself. Touchdown, Jackson Anderson on the keeper, 28 yards. I don't know if that was designed or not, but he pulled that down and took off like he was shot out of a cannon. So 14-12 is the lead right now as we're waiting the point after attempt from the Trojans. think that's Caden Hiddle back there to kick the PAT. Or Tanner Clement. I can't really see the other number. Kick is up. And it is good. So we're back to a 1-point game, 14-13. Post Falls showing up tonight on homecoming for Coeur d'Alene as we got a ball game, 6:49 left here in the first half of play. 1-point game, Coeur d'Alene up 14-13. They're going to get the ball on the kickoff here in 30 seconds on IdahoSports.com.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
And we are back. Coeur d'Alene High School, Post Falls puts together the drive after the interception, takes it in the end zone 28 yards out from Jackson Anderson on the QB keeper. Nice little draw play put together there as they score the touchdown and get the PAT. Bring the ball game back within one. 6:49 left here in the first half of play as Post Falls is going to kick it off. And they kind of squib it up the middle, keep it away from Isaiah Griffin. And that's going to be brought down by NC and tackled immediately. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line. So defense has been showing up for the Trojans. He's got a little bit of a hobbled Bankston out there at quarterback. So see how he's going to do on this series as he's kind of gingerly favoring that right leg. But weapons aplenty around him. So see if Gunnar Julio takes over in this ball game as he's going to be the running back to the right side. Snap goes back, fakes the handoff. He drops back, screenplay, and just overthrown and skips out of bounds. He was looking for Griffin. Man, it was set up beautifully. Just he had a defender right in his face. That left defensive end got through clean. He just got there a little too fast. So 2nd 10. It's only the second incompletion of the night for Bankston, who's back in the gun. Receiver in motion to the right side. Inside, he's going to pull it. Takes the option keeper over the left side. Dodges one defender, runs through another. Huge gain, 9 yards on the gain by Bankston. So it's going to be 3rd down and short on the option keep. Well, if he was hobbled, you couldn't tell on that one. So now Bankston comes off. Going to be like a wildcat set with either Julio or Collier at quarterback. I believe it's going to be Julio taking the signal call. So a little wildcat set for the Vikings. Full house backfield. And they're just going to plunge it straight forward, up over the top, and a pickup of 3 yards. Good for the first down is Julio. So Banks is going to come back in. Wasn't pretty, but effective. So 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 47-yard line, and a timeout, I believe, on the field. I think we might have an injured Post Falls Trojan. Thank another one of our sponsors, Knutson Chevrolet in Post Falls, Idaho. Proud supporter of North Idaho Athletics. And a proud sponsor with us for a long time. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned Chevrolet, you'll find it at Knutson Chevrolet in Post Falls, Idaho. Browse their selection online at www.knutson.com or visit their showroom at 1900 East Polston Avenue in Post Falls. Knutson Chevrolet, where friends have made friends since 1939. Knutson Chevrolet for all your automotive needs. Proud supporters of North Idaho Athletics. So 1st down at 10. Fresh set of downs for the Vikings at the 47-yard line on their side of the 50. Spread look, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Griffin in the slot to the left. Got some weapons on the field. See what they can do with it here. Post Falls just went down and scored a touchdown. Bankston gets the snap back, throws over the right side. He's got a receiver. Big gain there across the 40 down to the 39-yard line. That was number 88. Colton Farrar with the reception. Big gain on the play. Gain of 13 yards on the first down. Sorry, 14 yards. So Bankston gets a snap. Hands off Julio, right side, across the 40, 35, 30. Gets a shoestring tackle, just couldn't keep his feet under him. His momentum was carrying him forward all the way down to the 22-yard line. So big gain there on first down. Pickup of 17 yards. So Bankston in the shotgun. Julio to the right. Bunch trips to the left. Motion back to the right side. Quick snap, pitch out to the right. Julio dodges one tackle across line of scrimmage. He's going to be brought down at the 20 for a gain of 2. Broadwater was in on that tackle. So Julio to the left side of Bankston in the shotgun. You got NC and Griffin to the left. Snap goes back, handoff. He's going to pull it. Wings it over the left side. A little quick out route and a tackle down to the 11-yard line. And that was Jake Wooley on the reception. So that was good for a first down, and then on on first down again, quick out route over the left side to NC. Gets it down to about the 6. So a gain of 7 there on first down. Moving quick is Coeur d'Alene. Under center, Bankston going to long stretch handoff to the right side. Julio through one defender, and he's going to pick up the first down and get it down to about the 1-yard line. 2:52 left here in the first half. So first down and goal. Gain of 4 on second down for the Vikings. Knocking on the door. No shortage of points so far in the first half. As stretch handoff, Wildcat look. Julio over the right side. He's going to push and find his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Just like that. A 1-yard run from Julio. Punches it in for 6. Waiting the point after a swinging gate look for the Vikings. See if they end up moving forward with this one. They've got a one-on-one with Cope over here on the near side of the field. See if they maybe take advantage of a jump ball situation. They're not going to kick. Cope comes in motion across the formation. Stretch play. Swings it out to the right side. Griffin has it. He's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. No good. Stops the 2-point conversion. And we stand 20-13. Coeur d'Alene with the lead. Gets the touchdown. The 1-yarder from Gunnar Julio. Nice drive by the Vikings there to answer Post Falls' touchdown. See if the Trojans can answer back. We've got ourselves a whale of a ball game here on homecoming. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back here live on IdahoSports.com.
We're Valley-wide Country Store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide, yesterday, today, And tomorrow, we're here for you.
So we're back here in Coeur d'Alene. Ball teed up, ready to kick things off. Coeur d'Alene with the 20-13 lead. With 2:24 left before halftime. Back deep to receive for the Trojans is Sessions. And Wolf, ball's going to be picked up by Wolf at the 6. He's going to bring it up across the 20, 25, finds a hole right side, 40, 50, just the kicker to beat down the 40, 30, 20, 10. He's going to take this one back to the end zone, touchdown, but we got a flag on the play back at the 31-yard line. We'll see what this one's all about. This one could be coming back. What a huge return, 94 yards for a touchdown. Post Falls has been doing this a lot all season on special teams, and we'll see what the penalty is. I think this one's coming back. Man, taking points off the board. Excellent return by Dylan Wolf, regardless of what happened. Don't take away that effort. He made one cut and was gone. But they're going to get an illegal block. Maybe a blind. I think that's a blindside block, yeah. So it's going to bring it back. Ball's going to be coming back. Going to be spotted at the 24-yard line. So points come off the board. We're going to see Jackson Anderson and the offense come out. Excellent return there to start things off. So 1:42 left here in the first half of play. Anderson in the shotgun. Bustamante next to him. Receiver in motion to the right. Fakes the sweep. Going to be handoff. Number 7, Sullivan. He's going to get the carry. Pick up a 4. So 2nd down and 6 now for the Trojans. Going to have to move quickly here. 1:30 seconds left. They do have a couple timeouts. Trying to see where Carson Tucker lines up. He's been their deep threat. He's in the slot to the left. Anderson, he's going to be in motion back to the right side. Inside handoff again, Sullivan. He's going to spin and gets absolutely drilled. Gain of 2 the hard way. So the run, we're here inside a minute now. 3rd down and short. Looking at 3rd down and maybe a long 3. Anderson in the shotgun, receiver in motion to the right. They don't have much time. They only maybe run one more play. They're looking at the clock. Maybe taking this one to halftime. I don't know. I think they were playing smart, and if they didn't get it, they didn't want to give too much time to Coeur d'Alene if they had to punt it away. So timeout by Post Falls with 14.9 left. Thank one of our sponsors, Sargent's Restaurant in Hayden, is a proud sponsor of Coeur d'Alene football. Sargent's has been a North Idaho institution for 75 years, featuring the best prime rib, hand-cut steaks, and seafood. Open Monday through Saturday for lunch from 11 to 2 and dinner from 5 until close. Come visit Sargent's for lunch and dinner at 9021 North Government Way in Hayden, just up the road here from Coeur d'Alene High School. Great place to catch a midweek football game or some primetime Saturday games. Another one of our sponsors, Northland Strength, has options for every athlete, no matter if they're new to sports, preparing to play in college. Training is often viewed as just lifting weights. It simply isn't true. There's a lot more to a great training program. Northland Strength defines training as mentally prepared and being physically fit for your goal. You get their programs, everything is tailored to the athlete and their goals. You can find them at northlandstrength.com, on Instagram and Facebook at Northland Strength, or at 7680 North Government Way, Suite 2 in Dalton Gardens, just up the road here from Coeur d'Alene High School. Northland Strength, strong, confident, and capable. As Anderson's in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, singles receiver out to the left. He's going to motion in. So they're going to overload the right side. Drops back. He's got a receiver short to the left, but he's going to get sacked and dropped. big loss there on third down. He's going to get brought down at the 21-yard line. And a timeout by Coeur d'Alene with 5.7 left, forcing Post Falls to kick this one away. So back deep to receive the punt's going to be Gunnar Julio, but we got a timeout on the field. It's going to be a quick 30-second timeout. I think another sponsor, Inside Advisors, located in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, locally owned independent insurance brokerage, specializing in all forms of insurance from home, auto, commercial, and everything in between. Offering over 40 carriers to meet your personal or business needs. Licensed in Idaho, Washington, Montana, and Oregon. For a free quote, give them a call, 208-660-2019, or visit their website, www.insideadvisors.net. Proud supporters of academics and athletics in North Idaho. So punting away is Post Falls. Back deep to receive Gunnar Julio for the Vikings. Punts up. Oh, and might have been tipped. And it goes out of bounds, maybe the 37, 38-yard line. And that is where, and it's going to be before that. The ball's going to be spotted right at the 35. Coeur d'Alene is in striking distance with 1.8 left. And a timeout on the field. So they're going to set up one play to see if they can hit the end zone. That punt was tipped and goes out of bounds untouched. And Post Falls does have a solid secondary here, so maybe they can just knock something down. But Coeur d'Alene's got some tall receivers with Cameron Cope out there at 6'4". Sam Ency's out there. He's 6'2". So, I mean, they got some size out there on the edges. They got speed, too. So they got Colton Farrar out there, 6'3" on the left side. Maybe a jump ball, maybe a quick hitter. We'll see as Bankson drops back to pass. He's got plenty of time, but they're going to get a hold in the backfield. Deep throw, duck, wobbler, and it's going to be picked off at the – nope, it's going to fall incomplete at the 2-yard line. And I think Post Falls is going to elect to decline that penalty and just take things to the – locker room here at Coeur d'Alene High School, and I think we're just going to hit halftime as they do decline the penalty. So 20-13, the lead for the Vikings over the Trojans. We're going to take a quick couple-minute break, and we'll be back in about 4 minutes after some commercials with some halftime stats for you here on IdahoSports.com.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
The injuries look like those seen in people exposed to poisons like mustard gas. That's how doctors are describing what they see in the lungs of vapors. The chemicals can essentially burn your lungs. Find the truth at BehindTheHaze.com.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Corey. I'm a dairy nutritionist here in the Treasure Valley. I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to do my part to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. As soon as the vaccines were readily available, I was vaccinated. I would encourage people to do the research, listen to the healthcare providers. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, there was hardly any wait. It was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, And yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
And we are back here at Coeur d'Alene High School halftime for homecoming. Vikings are up 20-13 over the Post Falls Trojans. As we are starting to get homecoming festivities underway as they're clearing the track and getting things. We got a little bit of an extended homecoming tonight, a 20-some-odd minute halftime. So I think they added a couple extra minutes on their 23 or so. Some halftime statistics. Been an interesting ball game so far. First off for the Post Falls Trojans. Jackson Anderson, 5 of 9 for 57 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception as well. Receiving for the Trojans, been actually spread around okay. Number 8, Devin Myers has a couple receptions for 20 yards. Number 11, Tanner Sessions has a reception for 31. And then Carson Tucker had the touchdown on 2 receptions for 14 yards. In the first half of play, rushing for the Trojans, 6 rushes, 21 yards for Bustamante. Jackson Anderson actually been the offense for the Trojans. 2 rushes, 45 yards, and a touchdown. He had the 28-yarder there in the second quarter of play. And then 2 rushes for 6 yards for Sullivan, as that is the offensive statistics for the Trojans. For Coeur d'Alene, an efficient first half like we've been talking about for Banks, and 9 of 12 passing for Coeur d'Alene, 125 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. He threw that one to Chase Berg there in the second half of play that led to that touchdown for the Trojans. And then the second quarter, I should say. Rushing for the Vikings, 8 carries, 35 yards and a touchdown for Gunnar Julio. 2 carries, 11 yards for Rob Collier. Banks, and 4 carries, 7 yards for him. He did have 1 sack against him as he got dropped there. And then receiving for the Vikings, been spread around. They really get the receivers in the mix. Sam Ency, 1 catch, 7 yards. Colton Farrar, single catch, 14 yards. They've got, sorry, I'm trying to separate my statistics from the first and second half. So 1 catch for 6 yards from Isaiah Griffin. 2 catches, 27 yards from Evan Mallory. Jake Woolley, he's been their offensive stalwart as he's got 3 receptions, 46 yards, and a touchdown. Rob Collier, a couple receptions, 16 yards. And Cope's got 1 reception for 9. And that is the offense. Obviously, we talked about the touchdown from Woolley. So, it's been a close game. I mean, it's really been super competitive. Hats off to the Post Falls defense in the first half of play, really taking care of business, getting Coeur d'Alene to actually punt, getting a turnover as well that led to points. So they're being able to take advantage of those and really get things moving in a positive direction. Coeur d'Alene, offensively, I mean, obviously the 1 interception by Post Falls kind of interrupted things a little bit, but offense, they've been able to put together some long drives. Post Falls did have the 94-yard kickoff return for a touchdown taken back on an illegal cutback block, blindside block, I should say. So I think they scrubbed that one from the board, which is unfortunate because, man, that was a beautiful return by Wolf. It would have actually made it probably a 1-point game, or a tie game at least, as they could have gotten the PAT from that one. So we are at halftime. Coeur d'Alene has the homecoming royalty on the floats going around as each class put together a float as well. And they are doing some voting on who wins that one. We got about 15 minutes before the start of the second half of play. So we're going to take another break for some more commercials. We'll talk about some action. We will get some scores from around the state as well. A lot to talk about as the playoff picture is really starting to clear up We've even had some teams clinch here in North Idaho already, so we'll talk about that as well coming up during this halftime. And we're going to take another probably 3.5-minute break for some commercials, and we'll be back here on IdahoSports.com.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
We're surrounded by viruses. If you're young and healthy, most don't pose a threat. But if you vape, you could be breaking down your body's ability to defend itself. The chemicals in vapor, like propylene glycol, glycerol, and metal particles, damage your lungs on a cellular level. And that damage in here leaves you at risk to the viruses out there. Get the sick truth about vaping at BehindTheHaze.com.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
And we're back here, Coeur d'Alene High School halftime on homecoming. Coeur d'Alene Vikings lead the visiting Post Falls Trojans 20-13 at the half. Some scores from around the state of Idaho. Sugar Salem up on South Fremont 14-0. Big one with playoff implications at stake and rankings for the championship down the Southern Idaho Conference. Rocky Mountain up on Meridian 24-13. Rigby up big on Highland 44-21. And Eagle up just absolutely walloping Centennial 42-0. Capital over Bora 13-6. Bonneville up early on Thunder Ridge 7-6. Bishop Kelly up on Valley View 7-0. Knotted up Shelley and Blackfoot. Pocatello and Preston up by 7 in the fourth quarter. And that one is a game to watch of note up here, is because Lakeland and Preston and Pocatello all kind of in a three-way matchup there for that guaranteed berth to stay, but the at-large bid still at stake for the Hawks from Lakeland. Emmett up on Columbia 21-6 in the third. Skyline up big on Hillcrest 42-6. Kimberly losing to Buell right now 26-14. Dietrich up big, Camas County 38-14. Let's see what else. Idaho Falls up on Madison 17-14. Ridgeview up on Caldwell 21-14. Sandpoint up big on Moscow 21-6. That's in the second quarter of play. Prairie blanking Genesee 24-0. Kendrick up big over rival Deary 56-0. And some finals for you. West Side over Aberdeen 53-0. Homedale beat Weiser. That one was for a league title and the number 1 berth to state. That one, Homedale coming away with a victory 14-6 in a close ball game. Snake River up big. They won 52-6. So there's some scores from around the state of Idaho. That's all we've got so far. No score from Timberlake Kellogg, obviously coming up next week. But, playoff picture up here kind of muddy. I mean, at least in the 4A and the 3A still, there's still a lot to be played. 5A, the title game next week, Lewiston Coeur d'Alene, is kind of what we're going to be dubbing as the title for the IEL 5A. And that one's going to be here at Viking Stadium. We got Lakeland traveling to Sandpoint next week. That one will be for the 4A IEL title. We can all assume since Sandpoint's up big on Moscow already. Lakeland has the week off to prepare for the Bulldogs. And then you've got a big one in the IML 3A. Kellogg and Timberlake coming up, and big one there with Bonners Ferry still in the mix too. So some guaranteed bids at stake and some at-large bids still kind of floating around out there as if Lakeland can keep it close against Sandpoint. I think they're all but guaranteed that at-large bid, just what they've done this year and their record. Hawks have done a great job. Coeur d'Alene obviously is going to be guaranteed a bid. It's just going to be who between them and Lewiston gets the 1 and the 2 seed. That'll be settled next week. Congratulations. Mullen St. Regis has clinched a berth to the state playoffs with their win last week against Clark Fork. We talked about that in the Prepcast. Clark Fork has had a great season too, but only one big coming from that lead. And with Mullen St. Regis getting 2 wins over Clark Fork, they're going to get the trip to state. Lakeside and Wallace in action tonight, so they're going to be playing for a berth to state as well. The winner of that game is going to get the bid to take on, maybe host a playoff game coming up in a couple weeks. And some more at stake too. You've got St. Mary's, Grangeville, and Orfino in a 3-way tie at 0-0 because nobody's been able to play each other with COVID reasons and sickness and everything else going on. So they're going to play actually a shortened schedule the next 3 weeks. They're going to get 3 games in 2.5 weeks to see actually who gets that bid to the state playoffs. Gets really interesting up here for that playoff picture, and the state tournament bids are at stake. So we're at halftime. Coeur d'Alene High School homecoming for the Vikings. They've got the floats going around. They got the royalty. The kids are looking awesome. The crowd, a great crowd again. I mean, full house here on the Coeur d'Alene side. Post Falls travels well. 6 miles down the road. Good crowd over on the opposite side of the field. The Vikings have the 20-13 lead at halftime. We're going to take another couple-minute break. We'll be back here on IdahoSports.com.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want.
We're Valley-wide Country Store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
We're surrounded by viruses. If you're young and healthy, most don't pose a threat. But if you vape, you could be breaking down your body's ability to defend itself. The chemicals in vapor, like propylene glycol, glycerol, and metal particles, damage your lungs on a cellular level. And that damage in here leaves you at risk to the viruses out there. Get the sick truth about vaping at BehindTheHaze.com.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
As we get the halftime festivities kind of wrapping up here at Coeur d'Alene High School. Post Falls has come out of the locker room as waiting the last of the homecoming royalty court to come through. Some other scores of interest. Bora and Capital knotted up at Donald Larson Park, 13-all. Obviously score here 20-13. Coeur d'Alene with the lead over Post Falls right now. Idaho Falls and Madison. Madison just took the lead 21-17 over Idaho Falls. Mountain View blanking Cuna 34-0. And Lewiston and Lake City. This one could get interesting, folks. 21-all as they approach halftime over there. That's just across Canfield Avenue and Highway 95 there over at Lake City High School. They're tied up going into halftime. Rigby has defeated Highland of Pocatello 44-21. Rocky is up on Meridian in the third quarter, 24-13. Thunder Ridge up on Vaudeville 20-7. And that Lewiston Lake City game, man. You never know what happens in the IEL any week. I mean, it's anybody's ball game. Lake City obviously laid an egg last week against Coeur d'Alene, getting blanked 38-0. Lewiston had a tough one with Post Falls. Obviously, Lake City must have seen something on film because they're playing lights out against Lewiston right now, at least offensively getting things moving. As we're looking for some more scores, halftime Sandpoint up 21-6. And Thunder Ridge over at Bonneville 20-7. That's in the fourth quarter. Bishop Kelly up 35-14 over Valley View in the fourth quarter as well. So a few games of interest out there that have kind of been floating around to really keep an eye on. As both teams finally out of the locker room, warming up here, getting ready to start things off for the second half of play. Let's see. I'm trying to find that Timberlake Kellogg score, but I do not see one. So first half of play, Bankston, the quarterback for Coeur d'Alene, the king of efficiency, 9 of 12 for 125 yards, touchdown. He did have the one interception, underthrew a ball that was picked off by Berg of Post Falls. A great play by him. Don't want to slight that at all. He was just underthrown, too. Post Falls, I mean, they've put together some drives. Jackson Anderson's been the offense, though. Passing the ball, he's 5 of 9 for 57 yards with a touchdown. Does have the one interception, though. But running the ball, he's been super effective. I mean, only 2 rushes, but 45 yards and a touchdown for him. So been a big game for the senior signal caller for the Trojans. And we're about ready to get things up. The last of the homecoming court out there on the field, getting introduced to the fans. And we are just about ready to hopefully kick things off soon. It's been a long halftime. They said they were giving them an extra 3. I think they gave them an extra at least 7 or 8 minutes to get everybody through. But it looks like the kids are having a great time. And that is what is important. So we went through the scores, playoff pictures around around North Idaho. Not really getting much clear as we don't have the score from Kellogg and Timberlake, which is a huge game of interest in the IML. And it's going to come down to next week when Timberlake's going to take on Bonners Ferry. The winner of that team is either going to be the 1 or the 2 seed, depending on how things go. Or you could end up with a 3-way tie in the IML, which could come down to a Kansas City tiebreak, I believe, which if that does take place, we will have that, and it will be fun. But it should be an awesome last couple weeks of the season. We've got a great one here. Coeur d'Alene up 20-13 at the half as we're trying to get things wrapped up and get things ready for the second half of play. And we'll take another quick minute and a half commercial timeout, hopefully get the kids off the field. And we will get things kicked off as Coeur d'Alene will, I believe, be receiving to start the second half of play. So we'll get back here in about 90 seconds here on IdahoSports.com.
At Toyota's National Sales Event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Toyota, let's go places.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
The injuries look like those seen in people exposed to poisons like mustard gas. That's how doctors are describing what they see in the lungs of vapors. The chemicals can essentially burn your lungs. Find the truth at BehindTheHaze.com.
And we're back here at Coeur d'Alene High School, wrapping up halftime. What might have taken longer than the first half, I say that jokingly. This Coeur d'Alene is up 20-13 over the Post Falls Trojans. Post Falls been out here for a long time. They've been on the field for about 7 or 8 minutes now, trying to let things wrap up. As we've gone through a couple commercial breaks with them warming up, and looks like they're ready to go. And Coeur d'Alene's obviously chomping at the bit, ready to see if they can close things out here in the first half of play. So of note, halftime over at Lake City, Lewiston and Lake City in a 21-all tie. And Sandpoint up big on Moscow at halftime. Not quite what we saw last week with Lakeland, where they were up 49-0 at the half, as Sandpoint's up 21-zip right now over the Bears. Sorry, 21-6 over the Bears right now. So that game at the half. And Lakeland and Sandpoint looking like setting up to be a pretty awesome ball game. And Lewiston and Coeur d'Alene could be a great game next week as well. We'll see which one we have. That's kind of a decision we will make here on Idaho Sports, which one of the games we're going to get for you, where both those are setting up to be a title game. Still waiting on a score from up the road at Timberlake, where they're taking on Kellogg, which should be an awesome game too. I mean, Luna, the quarterback at Kellogg, we've talked about him on the Prepcast, one of the best athletes in North Idaho, any classification. So I still don't know why we're waiting. They still have kids standing on the field. Yeah. And so statistics from the first half, obviously, Bankston, we talked about, was 9 of 12 for 125, a touchdown and an interception. Julio was 8 carries, 35 yards, and a TD. Bankston was 4 carries, 7 yards. Collier, 2 carries for 11, and a touchdown as well. So been a consistent first half. I mean, the touchdown pass from Bankston went to receiver Jake Woolley. That was a 14-yarder over the left side on a swing pass. He went in untouched, got a couple nice blocks there. That was the first score of the game. And we have cleared the field officially, so we are ready to get things kicked off. I think the crowd's ready. The players are definitely ready. Officials were ready. The white hat out there was kind of giving the toe tap, stern look to the booth that you might expect to see from a teacher with a kid talking in class. So we're about ready to kick it off. Don't really see that look too often. Yeah, so Coeur d'Alene back to receive. We're going to have Weaver back deep alongside, Griffin back there deep alongside Gunnar Julio. They're going to be back probably inside the 10-yard line for the Vikings, and kicking off for the Trojans. They've had a couple of different kickers. Let's see who they bring out this time around. Kicking is going to be number 27. We don't even have him listed on the roster. How about that? So a new kicker out there tonight. Maybe they changed the number of Luna. I don't know, but 27 is going to be kicking off for the Trojans. And we're about ready to get things underway. Kicked off, squibbed right up the middle. It's going to be skipped across the ground and picked up by the Vikings, dodging one tackle across right at the 45-yard line and brought down. It's going to be Wyatt Potter. And so the Vikings going to have good field position to start things off here at their own 45. So we're playing football. We've escaped the halftime game. As Coeur d'Alene's got the ball on offense. We'll see how Bankston's moving here in the second half, as he was a little hobbled on his right leg down the stretch in the first half, as he's got Julio back behind him. Motion to the right, bunch set to the left. Handoff given to Julio, plunges straight forward. Pickup of 2. So 2nd down and 8. Bankston in the gun. Julio out in front of him. Probably going to be a pass here. Or it's going to be an off-tackle run. They're going to reset the formation. Taking a look at what they see. They might be running back here to the right as Bankston in the gun. He's going to get the snap. He fakes the handoff. He's going to pass on the slant to the left side again. Guess who? That is number 6, Evan Mallory on the reception. And that's a Viking first down. So gain of 21 for Mallory. Putting together a really nice game. Pass over to the left side. I didn't get a number on that. Is that 15? James Elliott on the reception. Yeah, James Elliott, 13-yard gain there on first down. So another receiver involved. So 1st down and 10 for the Vikings. Ball spotted at the 23-yard line of Post Falls. Snap goes back. Pass slant picked off by the Trojans. Stepped right in that passing lane, and the linebacker intercepted it, and I think that's number 8. Devin Myers picked that one off. The outside backer on the right side stepped right, trying to hit that slant again. He read it perfectly, waited, and he didn't get baited into it, and just dropped right back in front of trying to find Evan Mallory on the slant and picked it off. And Post Falls get the ball back here on offense now. Ball spotted at the 17-yard line. Second interception of the game for Bankston. As Post Falls is going to have the ball. Jackson Anderson back at quarterback. Motion to the right side, handoff inside. He's going to pull it. Anderson around the right. Has a blocker. He's going to pick up about 9, ran out of bounds, crossed the first down marker. I think they're going to give him the first down there on the scamper, and I think he picks up 10. Maybe he's just shy. We'll see. Spot's kind of confusing. I don't know. They got him just shy. So pickup of 9 for Anderson. Sanderson in the shotgun. See if he keeps it here. Or they give it on the sweep. He's going to go over the right side, keeps it. He gets across first down and then some. Picks up 4 as he's driven into the ground. 5-yard gain there on 2nd down. Nice rush by Anderson. So 1st down at 10. New set of downs for the Trojans. Ball at the 32-yard line. 10 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. So in the shotgun is Anderson. Single back to his left. Receiver in motion, and we're going to have a penalty. I think they might get illegal motion. We'll see. And that is the case. So 5-yard penalty for the Trojans is going to bring up 1st and 15 from the 32-yard line. Sorry, the 26-yard line. We didn't update the board. Anderson in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. He's scrambling. Has a receiver wide open down the right side. He's off to the races. 30, 25, 20. He's got a defender. Leaves him in the dust. Touchdown. Post Falls. Huge play. "71 yards. Just like that. Trying to get a number on that. That was awesome. I think that was Jesse Williams who had the touchdown there. Just got lost in the mix, and boom, just like that, one reception. 72-yard touchdown. Snap goes back, kick is up, a wobbler, no good. Wide right, but 1 point ball game. 20-19. Man, this is an entertaining game. Post Falls answers on offense. Huge play. Jackson Anderson drops back and gets it to Jesse Williams, who outruns his Coeur d'Alene defender and blazes into the end zone. 72-yard play for a touchdown. Just like that, we've been back to a 1 point game. Whoever can hit a kick at the end, I think, is going to win this one the way it's looking, or if they can get a 2 point conversion. Thank one of our sponsors, Knutson Chevrolet. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned Chevrolet, you'll find it at Knutson Chevrolet in Post Falls, Idaho. Browse their selection online at www.knutson.com or visit their showroom at 1900 East Polson Avenue in Post Falls. Knutson Chevrolet, where friends have made friends since 1939. Knutson Chevrolet for all your automotive needs and proud sponsors of North Idaho Athletics. Find new roads at Knutson Chevrolet. Quick drive, Post Falls gets it on the pick, turns it into points on the 72-yarder. That was a pitch and catch from Anderson to Williams. And got ourselves a ball game. 9:41 left here in the third quarter. Kickoff, kind of a wobbler. It's going to be fielded by Coeur d'Alene and across the left side, 35, and out of bounds at the 37 goes Isaiah Griffin. So Coeur d'Alene on offense, going to come out. Bankson going to be the signal caller. Quarterback, Colton Farrar in at wide receiver. They're talking about something over there on the Post Falls sideline. We'll see what they call. They had a flag on the play out of bounds, so we'll see if there was a late hit or if there's some extracurriculars, maybe unsportsmanlike. We'll see what they get. As they still have the meeting of the minds going on over there. They do have an unsportsmanlike on Coeur d'Alene, so a 15-yard penalty is going to negate a lot of the yardage picked up by Griffin on the return. So it's going to push Coeur d'Alene back. Going to be just shy of the 20-yard line, the 21, where they're going to start off. Post Falls playing some spirited football. They're going toe-to-toe with Coeur d'Alene. 2 close games in back-to-back weeks. They had the crushing loss to Lewiston as they missed that field goal with time expiring down there in the LC Valley last week. As Bankson's going to get the snap. He's going to hand off inside to Rob Collier. Fumble, ball on the ground. Post Falls has it. 20-yard line picked up. Trojans with the ball. Inside the red zone, just like that. Perfect helmet right on the football. Great tackle by Jack Sorrentino. Put his helmet on there, and that ball came popping right out. And Post Falls is going to take over with amazing field position there. Coeur d'Alene really shooting themselves in the foot. You got an interception on one drive and now a fumble on this one. And you could see Post Falls maybe put together and take a lead here. So left side, Anderson, he's inside the 20, inside the 10, fighting, pushing forward. Big gain on first down. as he gets down to the 6-yard line. Gain of 16 yards on the run. So first down and goal, just like that, one play. They're knocking on the door. Post Falls looking to take the lead. Man, this would be a stunner. Handoff goes over the right side. Bustamante across the 5 down to about the 4. So gain of 2. Brings up second down and goal. Haven't seen Coeur d'Alene really pushed like this since the Sandpoint game. Maybe that North Creek game over there north of Seattle. Sanderson in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, including a tight end. Receiver in motion. Handoff inside. Bustamante again is going to gain 1. So that's going to bring up third down and goal from the 3-yard line. 8 minutes left here in the third quarter. See if they run that corner route with Carson Tucker again, as that was an effective play in the first half here in the inside the 10-yard line. Tucker's in motion across the formation. Keeper from Anderson around the left side, dodges one tackle. He gets across for a touchdown. Post Falls takes the lead. Are you kidding me? Are they going to mark him shy? We got a flag in the end zone. We'll see what this is all about and sort this out. So as of now, Post Falls has a 25-20 lead. We'll see what the flag was. Man, what a run. Jackson Anderson ran through 2 tackles and then pushed his way into the end zone. Touchdown's good. After the play, we got unsportsmanlike on Coeur d'Alene. That's going to be enforced on the kickoff, I'm assuming, so they're going to take that one. So PAT attempt for Post Falls coming up. Touchdown stands, 3-yard run from Jackson Anderson. His second touchdown of the night, rushing. He's also thrown for 1. So waiting the kick. Kick is up, and it is good. Post Falls Trojans taking the lead over Coeur d'Alene, 26-20 here on Coeur d'Alene's homecoming. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back here on IdahoSports.com.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
We're back here on North Idaho Game Night, IdahoSports.com. We got a barn burner. Post Falls looking to pull the shocker. They're up 26-20 over Coeur d'Alene. Hopefully playing spoiler on homecoming as the penalty was added to the kickoff. So kicking off from Coeur d'Alene's 45-yard line are the Trojans. So back deep to receive is Julio and Griffin. Great time for a squib, or see if they might go for the onside. Who knows? We'll see what Coach Bennett has up his sleeve here. As Post Falls has the lead, kickoff's going to go up and deep and through the end zone and through the uprights is going to be the kickoff. And so Coeur d'Alene will get the ball to start here in the third possession here, the third quarter for the Vikings. 2 turnovers, both possessions so far. I know that Coach Amos has got to be a little bit perturbed, I think would be a safe word to use, from what his offensive output's been so far in the second half. Post Falls, kudos to them. They are turning it on defense, man. They are showing up, putting the helmet on the ball, got the fumble on the last drive, turned it into a touchdown, got an interception on the previous drive, turned that one into a touchdown. Jackson Anderson, it's been the show for him. 4 touchdowns total in the game for him, 2 passing, 2 rushing. As Bankston's in the shotgun. He's waiting for the snap. He's going to drop back, pass the left side. He hits his receiver. And I believe that is Farrar over there, a gain of 6 on first down. Sorry, no, that was number 15, Gabe Fusier. Or James Elliott on the reception again. Sorry, I apologize. So 6-yard reception as Bankston's back in the shotgun. He's rolling out, looking for help. There's a flag on the play. He's going to hit his receiver over on the right wing. We're probably going to have another flag on the play. We'll see, but this one's coming back for a hold for sure. As the flag is behind the line of scrimmage, it was right up the middle. I think they're going to get a hold on the play on the right tackle. That will negate the big first down. That reception was by Mallory, who picked up the first, but it's going to get negated and brought back. And deep in the shadow of their goalpost at the 10-yard line is the Vikings' 2nd down and 20 yards to go. So snap goes back. Bankston's going to drop back pass. He's going to scramble, roll to his right. He's going to have to tuck it and run. He's going to get across the 20 and the 21. So pickup of maybe 11 there on 2nd down to bring a 3rd down and 9. So 3rd down and 9. Ball at the 21-yard line. Let's see if Post Falls can get a stop here and get the ball back, man. They've been rolling on offense already. Let's see if they can keep things moving as they're up 26-20 over the number 5 team in the state of Idaho. Bankston drops back to pass. He rolls to his right. He's still looking for help. He dodges one defender, dodges another one. He's back to his left. He's going all the way across the field. Finds the receiver and off his hand and incomplete. He would have been better off to keep that and run, I think. He probably would have had the first down, but he was looking for Mallory as it hits the turf. So it's going to bring up 4th down, and the punt unit's out there for the Vikings. So back to punt is Elliott. Back deep to receive is number 26, Zach Clark. Ball's going to skip across the turf and takes Viking bounce and be downed at the 31, just side of the 30-yard line. So a good punt there by the Vikings. It's going to flip the field a little bit. Post Falls will have the ball at the 30. See if Jackson Anderson can take the wheel and bring him back down the field 70 yards again. As Post Falls has the ball, 1st down at 10, ball at the 30-yard, their own 30-yard line after the punt. Receiver in motion, across the formation, handoff to the right side. Sullivan dodges one tackler. He's across the 35 and swung down at the 36. So nice gain there on 1st down of 6 yards for Sullivan. So Anderson in the shotgun. Sullivan to the left as the up back. 3 receivers to the left. Single receiver wide right. They might be looking to go deep here. They got one-on-one coverage on the outside. Nope, they're going to hand off inside Sullivan. He's just going to be swarmed under and absolutely drilled. Met on the blitz. And the tackle right there in the hole. Great tackle. It was Jackson Berger, the double leg. Give him 2 for the takedown on that one. So substitutions in the field for Coeur d'Alene is no gain on the rush. And handoff inside. Sullivan finds a hole. He's got a seam across the 40, across the 45, and down to the 46-yard line. Big gain there, 11 yards. And the first down for Post Falls. They move the chains. 6-point lead for the Trojans. Anderson in the shotgun. Motion, he's going to keep it. Draw play right up the middle, runs into a defender. He's going to spin, gets hit in the hole. He's going to pick up 2. So they're going to huddle. What normally was set at the line, they're going to have to huddle here. I don't know what happened, but we might have a new quarterback in. Alex Bartlett is in a QB, who actually played a complete game against Pasco and had an awesome game. So Anderson hits the sideline with an injury possibly, or maybe it's just in time for Bartlett. We'll see, but we got a timeout on the field. Post Falls has to take a timeout. I think, the helmet came off on Anderson, so he had to sit out a play, but they called the timeout so he could get back in. So timeout on the field. Thank our sponsors. Sargent's Restaurant in Hayden, Idaho, proud sponsor of Coeur d'Alene Athletics. And Coeur d'Alene football, Sargent's has been an North Idaho institution for 75 years, featuring the best prime rib, hand-cut steaks, and seafood, open Monday through Saturday from lunch from 11 to 2 and dinner from 5 until close. Come visit Sargent's for lunch and dinner at 9021 North Government Way in Hayden. It is a great place for a steak, let's be honest. As Post Falls is in the huddle, they're calling out the play, and 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Ball spotted at the Post Falls just between the 48 and 49-yard line. About dead even with me here in the booth. 3rd quarter of play. 3:54 left here in the 3rd. Post Falls has a lead by 6. As Anderson's in the gun, and we got a false start. Everybody on the offensive line moved, but not a single receiver, QB, running back moved. So they're going to get all 5 men up front for the penalty. I think that was just a miscommunication. He was going to change I think he was changing the route at the line, and the line snapped the ball. And so 2nd down and 13. Ball moves back to the 43-yard line. Receiver in motion from the right. Keeper is Anderson, spins, and he's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage on the keeper. Loss of 1 on the play. Kind of looked like a busted play a little bit as they blocked like they were going to be actually handing off on that sweep, and he ended up pulling it, and he ran right into a Coeur d'Alene defender. So 3rd down, 14. See if Coeur d'Alene can get a stop here. Julio's in a safety. They don't have anybody deep. They brought their safeties up to linebacker depth. Anderson's going to drop back. He hits the fade on the left side, and he overthrows his receiver looking for Sessions as the ball goes out of bounds. So that'll bring a 4th down and a punt for Post Falls. He wanted Sessions on the fade and just overthrew him. He may have had Carson Tucker on the post down the seam with those those safeties up at linebacker depth. But back to kick for the Trojans is the punt now. Back deep to receive is Julio for the Vikings. Snap back, got a flag on the play. Kick up and decent kick. It's going to be fielded at the 25. Backpedaling across the 30 to 35, 40. Runs into a defender and knocked down at the 44. We'll see what this flag's all about. Could have been somebody in the neutral zone. Decent field position if it's going to stay. We might have a hold. We'll see. Wonder if it was on the receiving team. Nope, illegal formation. They had illegal motion. So they're going to take the field position and start at the 44-yard line on offense. So they're going to decline the penalty. So Coeur d'Alene with the ball. You have to score here in the second half. 2 turnovers and a punt for the Vikings. Farrar, the receiver, tight to the right side. Sam Ensey, the receiver, wide to the left. Wole's in motion, handoff going to be to Collier. He's going to be swept and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle by number 3, Chase Berg, coming up from his safety spot. No gain on the play. So second down at 10. .235 left here in the third quarter. Wole's in motion to the left. Handoff. Swing pass out to the right to Mallory. Spins out of 1 tackle, puts the ball on the ground, picks it back up. So that was number 9, Caleb Short, on the reception. No gain on the play. So third down and 10. Post Falls looking to get a big stop here. I don't want to say moral victories mean much, but man, they've got to be feeling pretty good that they've been able to stop the high-powered offense of the Vikings here in the third quarter. Bankston in the shotgun. He's going to put Wole in motion. He's going to drop back left. He's got a receiver down the seam. He doesn't see him. He's going to tuck and roll across the 50 to the 45 and be ran out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. So it'll still be fourth down and about 3 yards to go as Bankston is absolutely hobbled right now, visibly limping. And I think the punt unit's going to come in for the Vikings and see if they can pin Post Falls deep. I don't even know if Post Falls is going to drop somebody back. No, they are. They're going to drop back Zach Clark. Snap to the up back. Runs the fake to the left side. See if he gets sniffed out. He's dropped for a loss of 3. Turnover on downs. Fooled nobody. Jack Sorrentino came up from the safety spot and got the tackle in the backfield. Big play on defense and on special teams again, as the direct snap went to Potter and he got ran down and dropped. So 3-yard loss on the play. First down at 10. Handoff left side. Sullivan, his flag on the play. He's across the 42 down to the 40. It could be a first down, but I think this one's going to be coming back because I think they got a hold on one of the offensive linemen of Post Falls. That flag goes about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And that is the call, holding on the Trojans, so that'll drop the first down run. Instead, we're going -10. Excuse me. So 1:12 left here in the third quarter. At 10 from the spot, so. Be first down and Lake Coeur d'Alene. So we're going to first down in Harrison for the Trojans. First and 25, handoff to the right side. Sullivan dodges 1 tackle, another, and he gets a gain of about 4, maybe 3 yards. So it'll bring up second down and long. costly holding penalty as they had the ball in Coeur d'Alene territory. Dalton Wild, the receiver, in the slot to the left. Sessions wide to the left. Handoff inside, tackle to the backfield, 4-yard loss to Sullivan. Nothing there. I don't know what they saw on the run play, but that's going to bring up third down and even longer now. We'll look at 3rd and 27, as that's going to be the end of the third quarter of play. So we're into the final quarter. Post Falls has the 6-point lead, 26-20. We'll be back here for the final 15 minutes of play here on IdahoSports.com.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Back here in North Idaho, game night for the final quarter of play. 12 minutes up on the clock. Post Falls clinging to a 6-point lead, but man, they are looking at 3rd down and Apple. I mean, they are way back there. You got a long ways to go. I mean, I think Sargent's might be closer for the first down. After the holding penalty and then the loss on the play, 3rd and 26. See if they can just maybe cut it in half and then either punt it away or maybe get lucky on a long play. We'll see what happens here as Jackson Anderson in the shotgun. And I said in actual town, folks. I did not swear on the air. As Anderson rolls out, he's got a receiver deep, throws it short and up in the top. Almost a second chance for that one, but knocked away by the corner, number 5, Alex Walker, intended for Sessions. Sorry, Dalton Wild. He was looking on the fade pattern and couldn't get it there. He had a nice look, but knocked away. Great play by the corner. So back to punt now are the Trojans. They got a 6-point lead. We might be trading scores here down the stretch, folks. It's going to get interesting. 26-20, Post Falls has the lead. Punt up and away. It's going to be back to Julio. Fields it at the 35. Gets a block across the 40, across the 45. Right side has a punter and gets dragged down by the punter at the 48-yard line. And so first down and 10 for the Vikings at their own 48. Good field position. Nice start here. As I'm checking a few scores here, we'll get an update for you. Bankston and company comes out. Julio on the backfield. Receiver in motion to the right side. Snap goes back, handoff. Julio right side through one defender, through a second. He's going to pick up 3 on first down. Hard yards there for the running back. So Bankston in the shotgun, ball spotted at the 49-yard line, or 48-yard line of the Trojans. Handoff inside. Julio's going to be brought down. 3-yard loss on the play. Great defense from the Trojans. Number 8 on the tackle, Devin Myers. Also there was Chase Berg from the strong safety position. So 3rd and long. Yeah, back to the original line of scrimmage. So Banks in the shotgun. Julio in the backfield with him. Ty trips to the left. Snap goes back. He's going to drop back, looking to throw. Lefty rolls. He's looking for help. Has the receiver coming across. Fumble on the play. Post falls, so they're going to say it's incomplete. He had Cope coming across on a crossing pattern, and he took an absolute shot to the midsection and dropped the ball. I thought that might have been fumbled. But that ball's going to hit the turf and bring up 4th down and 9, and Coeur d'Alene's going to punt it away again. So another scoreless drive for the Vikings. Post Falls doing what they have to do on defense. Man, they have been playing absolute lights out since about halfway through the second quarter. Forced 3 turnovers in this game. Punts up, kick is away. Short kick, kind of a shank. And Post Falls bails on it, takes a Viking hop finally, and bounces. Wow, what a bounce as it hits at the 11, and it's going to be down. That ball originally hit at the 36-yard line. It was only about a 12, 15-yard punt. And it took some huge bounces for the Vikings. And down just outside of the 10, where Post Falls will start. I want to thank a sponsor, Northland Strength. Has options for every athlete, no matter if they're new to sports or preparing to play in college. Training is viewed as lifting weights. That isn't true. There's a lot more to it. Mental and physical training and training for their goals and the programs. And everything that they have is tailored to the athletes and their goals. You can find them at northlandstrength.com. We're on Instagram and Facebook at Northland Strength, 7680 North Government Way, Suite 2 in Dalton Gardens. Northland Strength, strong, confident, and capable. Snap goes back. Anderson, keeper, left side, pitches out to the left. And he's got Bustamante, who's going to get a nice gain there on 1st down. 9 yards on the pitch. Great option play. The way Anderson's been carrying the ball, he drew everybody in and he just pitched it out. Gain of 9 for Bustamante. Receiver in motion, another pitch. He fakes the pitch, and Anderson keeps as he's kind of sliding down. He picks up 3 in the 1st down. So 1st down at 10 for the Trojans. 9:45 left in the ball game. They've got a 6-point lead over the number 5 team in the state of Idaho. As Anderson's looking for the play call from the sideline. Gets his receiver set. 1st down at 10. Snap goes over his head. He's going to have to bail on it and just fall down. Man, that ball is going to be spotted at the 5-yard line. Ugh. Maybe the 4. Tough break for the Trojans. That was a huge loss. 20-yard loss on the play. As that snap went sailing over his head. And that's going to mess with the stat line a little bit for Anderson, too. I'm sure he's kind of miffed about that. He's had a whale of a ball game carrying. So take a shot at his rushing total for the game. I'm sure he just wants to get out of the end zone. His feet are about a yard inside the end zone, and we're going to have a timeout on the play. And Post Falls is going to think about this one as they're deep in Coeur d'Alene territory after the muffed snap that rolled down inside the 5. Thank another sponsor of ours for tonight's ball game. Insight Advisors Insurance Services, located in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, is a locally owned independent insurance brokerage. Specialize in all forms of insurance, from home, auto, commercial, and everything in between, offering over 40 carriers to meet your personal or business needs. Licensed in Idaho, Washington, Montana, and Oregon. For a free quote, give them a call at 208-660-2019 or visit their website at www.insightadvisors.net for more information. Proud sponsors of academics and athletics in North Idaho. Great people, because that's me. As Post Falls going to be set up on offense, 2nd down and Hayden. I mean, it is a long ways here. 2nd down and 30. Three receivers to the right, single back in the backfield is Bustamante. As Anderson is a yard inside the goal line. He's going to drop back to pass. Looks for somebody. He's got a receiver stretching and streaking down the sideline. Can't hit him, overthrows. Looking for Sessions. Incomplete. Going to bring up 3rd down and 30 yards to go. We got a cramp over there. As Sessions is going to stay on the sideline. We've seen them break a big play before as they hit the 72-yarder for a touchdown. See if they can do it again. If I gave the touchdown to Williams earlier, I apologize. That was actually Jordan Summers on the touchdown reception for Post Falls. Snap back, Anderson in his end zone. Pass across the middle, has a receiver, breaks one tackle. He's got another, he's still on his feet, spins and knocked out of bounds at the 28-yard line. So he gets a lot of that back, a huge gain, but still gonna be 4th down. Gain of about 25 or 26 yards on the play. They'll call it 26. That was Bustamante on the reception. As the punt goes up and across the 50, and it's going to roll out of bounds. Decent field position for the Vikings. As somebody got a mobile speaker. I'm surprised they didn't get a penalty on that play. But so the punt pushes Coeur d'Alene back across the 50, but man, Bustamante with a huge gain, but just short by a shoestring of his staying on his feet to get the first down. So Bankston and company at the 45-yard line in the shotgun. He's got Collier in the backfield. He's going to drop back to pass, maybe setting up a screen. He does. Collier on the left side's got blockers in front of him, trying to run out of a tackle. He's going to be brought down, a gain of 10 on the play. It's a nice reception there by Collier. They're going to give him the first down. So Bankson back in the shotgun. He's at the 50. Ball spot at the 45-yard line. He's got a bit of a brace on that right knee. He's going to spin, roll to his left. Looking for a receiver. Has Griffin across the 30, down to the 25. And that's a big reception there. Gain of 20. Excuse me. And a first down for the Vikings. So Bankson in the shotgun. Tight formation. He's going to pass out to the left side, looking for Griffin again. Overthrows him. Ball hits the turf, so bring up second down at 10. Coeur d'Alene trails 26-20. 6:34 left in the ball game. The bigger thing is Bankston's the field goal kicker, and he's a right footer, and he's got a brace on that right knee. We'll see if he's able to kick. Snap goes back, handoff Collier over the left side. Runs out of bounds, no gain on the play. They might get him for a little bit of a loss, actually. Yeah, they're going to get a loss on the play. So bring up third down and 11. Ball just on the other side of the 25-yard line at the 26. Collier in the backfield with Bankson. 3 receivers, tight trips to the right side. Handoff Collier, left side, across the 20, down to the 15, down to the 10. First down, 15-yard, 16-yard gain for Collier. Just like that, Coeur d'Alene's now inside the 10. I think they're going to be just outside, so they still get a first down before a touchdown. Maybe not. Nope, they call it first and goal. Handoff Collier over the right side, down to the 5. He's going to be brought down, bring up second down and goal from the 5. Banks in the shotgun. Cope checks back in at tight end. He's going to be spread out to the right side wide. Got a height advantage out there on the corner. Let's see if they maybe try running a little bit of a fade out there. So they got single coverage on the outside. Griffin in motion across the formation to the left. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the ball game. Coeur d'Alene at the 5-yard line looking for a touchdown here. Extra point would put them in the lead. Snap back, handoff, Collier right side through one tackle. He's looking for the end zone. He hits it across the goal line. Touchdown, Coeur d'Alene. We got a tied ball game, folks. And the question will be answered now as Bankston had the brace on his right knee and just took it off so he can kick. So the 5-yard touchdown run by Collier. We're tied at 26. We will see, bum leg and all, if Bankston can hit an extra point. Snap, kicks up, it's up, and it is right down Main Street. Coeur d'Alene, 1-point lead over Post Falls with 5:20 left in the ball game. Folks, hang on to your hats, man. We're back in 30 seconds here on IdahoSports.com.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
Well, I am glad that I got the extra large Americano before the game on this one because we are in a barn burner. This is an awesome game. 27-26, the Vikings just took the lead. 5-yard touchdown run from Rob Collier. PAT good by Bankston. And the Vikings kicking off to the Trojans with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the ball game. See if some magic for the Trojans. They can reverse their fate from last week as they were in a similar situation against Lewis. As the kick goes into the end zone for a touchback, and Post Falls is going to have the ball. And some real estate in front of them. Ball at the 20-yard line. Jackson Anderson's had a great ball game. Running the ball has been super effective for the Trojans. The defense for Post Falls may be the storyline of the game as they finally let Coeur d'Alene score in the second half on that last drive with a couple takeaways and some punts. I mean, they've been playing lights out, doing everything they can to keep this offense in the ballgame. Jackson Anderson in the shotgun. Single back is Bustamante. Low snap, picks it up. He fumbles the snap again, picks it back up again. He's rolling out to his right, looking for help, runs it back up the middle. He might find some real estate, find an extra block, and a flag on the play as he's going to be brought down for a gain of 2. But they might be getting called for a hold. We see the flag out at about the 17-yard line. So flag on the play. And they have an illegal block below the waist. That's unfortunate. So once again, Post Falls deep again, inside the 10, backed up, back-to-back drives. They're looking at first down and 22 yards. The heels of Anderson are just inside the field of play from the goal line. Coeur d'Alene fans making some noise as Anderson calling out the play. He's going to put his receiver in motion, cross the formation. He's going to keep it, runs it up the middle, breaks one tackle, and finally brought down. Gain of 5 on the play. So bring up second down. And 16 yards to go. Maybe a long 16, 17 yards. Masterful game. I mean, this has been awesome. A total classic as Post Falls gets the snap, drop back. Anderson, pump fake, rolls to his left. He's still looking for a receiver. He's got a man, and they might get PI. They do. The underthrown ball draws the flag for PI as the corner didn't get his head around. Pass was intended for Carson Tucker on the outside as we got a defender down on the field. He looks like he's in a lot of pain, too. See if we can get a number out there. It's number 21. Tanner Langley, the corner. Got tangled up. So we got a pass interference on the defense. .4:14 left in the ballgame. Carson Tucker came up a little bit lame on that play, too. They may have hit knees or something. But Langley's up and being helped off the field. No pressure on that right leg. So we got second down, about 1.5 yards to go. No first down on the PI. No automatic first. So second short. Definitely helps out Post Falls there as the down stays the same. They don't lose the down, but they get the yardage. So Anderson at quarterback, 3 receivers to the right, single back in the backfield is Sullivan. 4 minutes and 14 seconds left in the game. Post Falls down by 1. Anderson's going to keep it, goes over the right side, has a block, has another block, spins out. He's going to pick up the first down, big gain. He's going to get a gain of 6 in the first down. He put on the pack board and told the team to get on as he's carrying the team here in the second half. Post Falls trying to spoil homecoming for Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene's got the 1-point lead, 27-26. 3:45 and counting left in the game. Man, this looks eerily similar to last week. Anderson in the shotgun. Single back behind him is Bustamante. Receiver across the formation. Sullivan, with the carry. He's up inside. He's going to get drilled. 1 yard gain. Nice tackle by Wyatt Potter for the Vikings. So that's going to bring up second down and 9. We're looking at 3:15 here. Post Falls got to go no huddle here. Chewing up a lot of time. They got to get some yardage here. 1-point game. Anderson, 3 minutes left. Receiver in motion. He's going to keep it over the left side. Pitch out on the option play. Sullivan's got it. He's going to pick up 5, maybe 6 yards, and that's going to bring up third down and short as we're inside 3 minutes left. So 3rd and 3. Anderson in the shotgun. 2 receivers to each side. Wide to the right is Dalton Wild. Might be one of the faster kids in the state of Idaho. Cross motion, Tucker. He's going to get the handoff on the fly sweep. He's inside, gets the first down. Big gain on the fly sweep by Carson Tucker. How about that? 5.5, 6 yards on the carry. First down and 10 for the Trojans. New set of downs, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. They are using way too much time. Only 1 timeout left. Sorry, 2 timeouts left for the Trojans. They've got to get set. Zach Clark in the slot to the right. He's a speedster as well. Snap goes back. Dropping back. Anderson, pump fake. He's got a man in his face. Spins out of pressure. He's still running. He's going to get swung down for the sack and the loss. 5-yard loss on the play. Clock continues to run. 1:40 left. They might call a timeout here. Who knows? But Post Falls got to get back to the line of scrimmage. He was looking for Clark on the post and couldn't bring it back down. Post, just too much pressure by Coeur d'Alene right up the middle. So Anderson in the shotgun, 1:25 left in the game. Empty back, 5 receivers, snap. And we got a flag on the play, and I think we got a false start by the Trojans, and that's going to knock him back another 5 yards. 1:19 left in the game as the clock stops. Tell you what, though, Jackson Anderson has been ice water in the veins in this game. Conclusion of this one, we'll have a commercial break, and then we will be back for some final stats and wrap this up at the conclusion of the game and have our IdahoSports.com player of the game. 1:19 left in the game, 1-point game. Coeur d'Alene up 27-26. Anderson in the shotgun. He's going to drop back. He's trying to find somebody. Deep pass, left side. He's got a receiver. Caught down to the 20, to the 15, 10, knocked out of bounds. Huge play. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Post falls inside the 10-yard line. I didn't get a number out there. That was Clark with the huge reception. His first one of the game. "61 yards on the reception. First down and goal from the 4-yard line. 1 minute left. Sorry, from the 3-yard line. 1 minute, 4 seconds. Post falls with the ball. Anderson might be just want to call a keeper here. I don't know. He's just wanting the ball in his hands. He's going to hand it off inside. Sullivan! Touchdown, Trojans! Are you kidding me? Holy smokes, folks. The clock continues to run. Hold on, did they get him in touchdown or they spotted him at the 1? They called off the touchdown. They overruled it. Clock is running, 40 seconds. 27-26, post falls. They've got timeouts. Handoff inside, push, cross the goal line, touchdown, Trojans. 24 seconds left. Did they get Sullivan on the touchdown? They did. Sullivan, 2-yard touchdown run. "24 seconds left. Post Falls just took the lead. Fourth quarter. Are you kidding me? Jackson Anderson. Holy smokes, what a ball game. Losing my voice, and rightfully so. This has been a fun one. Anderson in the shotgun at quarterback. Shift is on, going for 2. Anderson, keeper, left side. He's looking for pay dirt. Can't get it. He's going to be swarmed under. And no gain on the play. Loss of 1. But the Trojans, they did leave the door open with 24 seconds left. But 32-27 lead. Holy smokes, folks. We'll be back in 30 here on IdahoSports.com.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back. Coeur d'Alene High School homecoming is hopefully the Vikings get some magic because it might be spoiled by these Post Falls Trojans. They are up 32-27 on the number 5 team in the state of Idaho in the 5A ranks. An absolute shocker. I don't think many people called this one for this week. And this would a victory tonight for Post Falls would almost clinch a playoff berth, one of the at-large berths for the Trojans. You might get 3 teams out of the IEL. There's still football to play. Post Falls takes on Lake City. Post Falls could be the number 2 seed, depending on what's happening over at Lake City High School right now. As the kickoff is up and away, it's going to be on the ground, and it's going to be squibbed, and it's going to be brought up by Ensign. He's going to be dropped at the 41-yard line. So Coeur d'Alene's going to have to go 59 to win the game with 21.2 left. Folks, I know who our IdahoSports.com player of the game is, regardless of how this one ends up. But holy cow, hats off. The defense for the Trojans has been masterful. But Jackson Anderson, holy cow, hit the 62-yard bomb. Sorry, that was actually 66. 66-yard bomb to Clark to set up that touchdown. As Bankston gets it over to the left side. Julio still in bounds. Across the 50. He's got a seam. Down to the 40, 30, 25 to the 21-yard line. Just like that, 8 seconds left. There is life here at Coeur d'Alene. Are you kidding me? 8.8 left in the game. 22-yard line. Holy smokes. $35-yard reception by Julio. A big one. That's the biggest reception of the game for the Vikings, as it puts them at the 22-yard line. Down by 5, 32 to 27 with 8.8 left. A touchdown will win it. No extra point needed. Coeur d'Alene does have 3 timeouts left. They might be able to get a quick play and then get a timeout as Bankston rolls out to his right. He's got a receiver out, and he throws it out of bounds with 2.9 left. This will be the last play of the ball game. What a game. Are you kidding me? Timeout, Vikings. Oh. Thank our sponsor, Knutson Chevrolet in Post Falls. If you're in the market for a Chevrolet or new or pre-owned, you'll find at Knutson Chevrolet. Browse their selection online at www.knutson.com or visit their showroom, 1900 East Polston Avenue, Post Falls. Knutson Chevrolet, where friends have made friends since 1939. For all your automotive needs and proud supporters of North Idaho sports, find new roads at Knutson Chevrolet. I've worked myself up into a frenzy up here, too. 2.9 left. Last play of the ball game. 2nd down and 10. Ball spotted, 22-yard line of the Trojans. Vikings knocking on the door in the red zone. Can they hit the end zone is the question. Cameron Cope wide to the right. Julio in the backfield. Tight trips to the left. And we got a timeout from the Post Falls Trojans, because they got to look at what Coeur d'Alene brought out. Excuse me. Gotta get a drink of water. Oh, what a ball game. .9 left. 32-27. Post Falls hanging on to the lead. What a ball game we have had, folks. Last play of the game. Tight trips to the left. Coeur d'Alene likes this look, I guess. Cope wide to the right. Bankston back. He's going to roll to his right. He's looking for somebody. He's going to heave it. He's got Cope in the end zone. Ball's in the air. Knocked down. Post Falls wins. Pulls off the shocker. 32-27. Trojans win. Great effort by both teams. Oh, my goodness. What a ball game. Hats off. Coach Bennett's team pulls off the upset. Hats off to both players, both coaches. I mean, unbelievable ball game as Post Falls is celebrating on the field. pulling off the upset. So the final, 32-27. Post Falls with the win over the Vikings. And we're going to have some stats coming up for you here in about 4 minutes on IdahoSports.com.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
We're surrounded by viruses. If you're young and healthy, most don't pose a threat. But if you vape, you could be breaking down your body's ability to defend itself. The chemicals in vapor, like propylene glycol, glycerol, and metal particles, damage your lungs on a cellular level. And that damage in here leaves you at risk to the viruses out there. Get the sick truth about vaping at BehindTheHaze.com.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
We're surrounded by viruses. If you're young and healthy, most don't pose a threat. But if you vape, you could be breaking down your body's ability to defend itself. The chemicals in vapor, like propylene glycol, glycerol, and metal particles, damage your lungs on a cellular level. And that damage in here leaves you at risk to the viruses out there. Get the sick truth about vaping at BehindTheHaze.com.
And we are back here. Final. Post Falls over Coeur d'Alene. 32-27 on Coeur d'Alene's homecoming. A huge upset in North Idaho football with things shake out. However, the league championship can still be settled next week here in Coeur d'Alene as they're going to take on the Lewiston Bengals. And what could shake up to be a really good ball game between the Bengals here and the Vikings from Coeur d'Alene. Post Falls did everything they needed to do to get that one done, and it was the Jackson Anderson show. Are you kidding me? Besides, if you take out one muffed snap, I mean, a -20, he ended up the game with over 55 yards rushing and 75 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns on the ground, 2 touchdowns passing, 12 of 17 passing for 252 yards and an interception unofficially in this ball game. So our congratulations, Jackson Anderson. You are our IdahoSports.com player of the game, senior quarterback for the Trojans. A huge ball game, and hats off to Coach Bennett and his team. I mean, they put together a masterful game plan to get the victory tonight in this one. And then you look at stats on the other side for Coeur d'Alene. I mean, Bankson had a decent game at 15 of 19 passing, 205, 1 TD, 2 costly interceptions that both led to touchdowns from the Trojans. And then rushing, you had a touchdown on the ground by Julio, a touchdown on the ground by Collier as well. 2 touchdowns on the ground by Collier, I should say, and then a touchdown by Wole on the passing. But it's just not enough late. I mean, Coeur d'Alene had their chance, ball at the 22, and into the end zone. They had the guy they wanted to get, and that was Cope in the end zone, the 6'5" tight end, but knocked down and in the end zone and sealed the victory for the Post Falls Trojans. A huge one, winning here on Coeur d'Alene's homecoming, spoiling the party for the Vikings. Congratulations to Trojans. I think just played themselves in the playoffs with that victory. Some scores from around the state of Idaho tonight. I mean, it's been a wild night, wild night out there. We've got some barn burners that took place across the state. Bora beating Capital 24-19. Coeur d'Alene obviously Post Falls winning over Coeur d'Alene 32-27. Surprise I don't think many people saw coming. Lewiston held on to beat Lake City 35-28. They won by a touchdown. So that was a good one across the road there, just a mile away here from Coeur d'Alene High School. Shelley beat Blackfoot 29-28 in that one. Sandpoint won big over Moscow 41-6. So that sets up a title bout next week in Sandpoint. I can pretty much guarantee you that we're going to be there for that one between the Bulldogs from Sandpoint, the Hawks from Lakeland on the shores of Lake Pend Oreille. With, you never know, you might see some interesting weather. We might get snow. We had that one last year. A wild game there. Had Lakeland, maybe lightning strikes twice, and we see an affair like we saw last year, but should set up to be a classic IEL final game in the 4A ranks. Going to be a good one here next week, too. Lewiston and Coeur d'Alene setting up a championship game, 1 loss apiece in conference for them. Post Falls wins out. There's a 3-way tie, folks, in the 5A ranks here in North Idaho. So see how things shake out coming up as Post Falls is going to have Lake City next week. So I thank you for joining me tonight. This has been a broadcast of IdahoSports.com. We're always looking for new talent. If you ever wanted to see and test your chops here, we would love to have some more guys and gals broadcasting here in North Idaho for athletics. So reach out to editor IdahoSports.com to find out more information for that. For Ryan Skaggs, thank you for joining me tonight. I'll be with you next week. Hopefully with Craig Shaver. We'll be on the shores of Lake Pend Oreille for Sandpoint and Lakeland for that 4A IEL championship, or we're going to be back here at Coeur d'Alene for Sandpoint and Lewiston. Thanks again for joining me. Post Falls winner, 32-27 over Coeur d'Alene. Have a great night.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com Game Stream.